Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Talking Trotters. Sorry, had one too many lined up there, but thank you very much to everyone who is joining in. This is the first time, as you can see there to my left, the What the Hill Talking Trotters show. Huge thank you to the guys at Woodlands Stud for getting behind me. This show will be known as the What the Hill Trotting Show. Talking Trotters for What the Hill, of course, is how I've actually worded it. And yeah, same show, just with a new great sponsor to get behind me and continue to do what we do with Talking the Trotters. It's a pretty quiet week this week, but we've got a few things to say. Of course, What the Hill is a winner of $1.3 million in stakes, and he had 12 wins. I've actually got one of the slides here, the pedigree slides here. 12 wins and 8 placings, $1.3 million in stakes, and a best time of 1:51.4, which I believe he may have set that 2 or 3 times just recently. So it's in his career, he was a super horse. I've got some peanut trying to harass me. Not sure what that's all about, but we will endeavour to get rid of that anyway, so that'll be fine. 1.3 in stakes, and of course with his pedigree too, and it's one of those things I really actually enjoy, What the Hill, being by Muscle Hill, and Muscle's Yankee horse himself, but out of the great mare KT Cha-Cha, and anyone wondering who that might be, that is actually the mother of Majestic Son. So yeah, it's a great family. He's doing an awesome job both here in Australia, in New Zealand and in Europe. He's had 15 winners last week alone in America, including 4 at Metropolitan Tracks, and a couple of doubles included in those there as well. He's currently 5th on the 2-year-old, 3-year-old sires list in America, and 9th on the all age. But you just got to realise that his oldest progeny in the US are only 4. So just trying to get my Facebook to refresh so as I can get people's comments if anyone's trying to comment on the show. No, they are there. Johnny Turner, hello to you, Johnny. Wasn't sure how this later time slot would work, but I did think for the New Zealand guys it may be a little bit better because, you know, especially down at Invercargill, Johnny, I reckon it'd be pretty fresh. Might have to get Johnny Turner on from time to time, I think, with the show too, and get him there. He's a great passionate harness racing person through and through, and does a good job, full stop. So Johnny, we might get you onto the show very, very shortly, but please, any comments, anyone wants to get in touch, any wording out there, get involved. We'll put the messages up there and promote the stallions. Because this show being brought to you by What the Hill, it is not Woodlands only. As always, we'll be highlighting plenty of the winners during the week, and the rest. But yes, it is proudly brought to you by What the Hill, who stands for $7,700 this year in Australia, and $7,000 including GST in NZ, not including GST. Sorry, $7,700 plus extras, of course, on top of that. Show actually one of his New Zealand horses. He had a 2-year-old the other night have its first start in New Zealand. Sounds great.
Who, and then followed Aldebaran All Black, who's trotting up on the outside of Ultimate.
We'll just kill the audio for one sec. Called In a Single Doubt, who won on debut the other night at Alexandra Park, so Metropolitan Racing. So she's sitting second there at the minute in the Tony Herlihy colours, and it's a pretty quiet drive for us Australians that we don't normally get to see this. Nick Beale's on there as well. Good day to you, Nick. This horse here is a 2-year-old taking on the older horses in her first start. So they're in the black colours sitting second. I'll hand over to the race call for a sec, and I'll be back very shortly.
Now in a single moment, Emily Bay in a single moment's a length away. Emily Bay at the 75 in a single moment, starting to really stretch strongly in this debutante by What the Hill. Dashes away, most impressive on debut. In a single moment, Emily Bay.
So we had in a single moment. I was trying to nearly had it differently. We've got Bev Williamson on there as well, so hello to you, and Grant Forrest as well, great New South Wales guy, and we'll highlight some of the races in New South Wales and the likes down there. But what a debut for a young horse taking on the older horses. I've actually got it here. I know the horse that it beat was a 5-year-old. that ran second. And then the third horse, Johnny Who, is a What the Hill as well, but it was a 3-year-old. I'm just going to try and have a look quickly at this horse's performances. Had 6 starts, yet to win a race, but definitely goes quite good. Everyone who's on there, please feel free to get involved and getting part of the show. But that's a terrific effort by In a Single Moment for Tony Cameron, driver, Tony Hillehy, trainer. It was beautifully driven too, Tony. Well done to you, mate. Underrated horseman as always. Joe Pace is on board. I'll leave you, Joe. Yeah, I don't know about that. Nick Beale gets on there. Yeah, of course, KT, Cha Cha, Majestic Sons. Oh, his Majestic Son's full sister. Sorry about that. And that's why it crosses over well. Thank you, Nick. Thanks for pointing that out to me. Yeah, so when you breed a What the Hill over a Majestic Sun mare, you get a cool cross. Highlight that a little bit later on. One of his best wins. We'll open. I'll actually show this. This was, again, he's a 3-year-old. That's him, number 5, sitting behind the older horses. This is a TVG Open final in North America, but he's a 3-year-old taking on all of the older horses, and he has got a brilliant finishing burst here.
4 and 2 into the stretch. Looks like a Chippendale appears to be on the verge. Crazy Wild trying to fend him off. Room at the rail for What the Hill. He's raging late. And in heavy traffic is Pinkman on the far outside. Dason trying to close in. But off the rail comes What the Hill, the 3-year-old. What the Hill to seal his division. What the Hill. Then Dason. And then it was Pinkman 3rd and Mambo Lindy 4th.
And that was one of the times where he went 151.4, but I did happen to notice that quite a few of his races he went 151.4 as well. So did that quite a few times. Jared Maloney, Woodland stud, is on the stallion tender. Darren Clayton, hello to you, Darren. Jared Maloney, of course, we missed Jared last week on Loose Lines because he had a Swan Hill meeting, and he had a pretty good meeting, I think, from all accounts. But What the Hill will be on the Swan Hill stallion tender this year, and we'll definitely be doing something with him going forward, Jared. So yes, thank you very much to that, and going forward. An unusual face just come across some of the comments in, but that's fine. So we definitely here to highlight plenty of the meetings. Not a lot of racing this week to highlight. So I actually went across to Maryborough today, and she's right on cue. Katrina Fitzpatrick. Actually got to catch up with Katrina there at the track. I want to try and highlight people in this industry when we can, when it is probably a slow news day, as they say. And I was able to catch up with Katrina just for a quick, brief minute and just have a quick chat about their industry, why she loves the trotter, and also Les and Wilson, 2 of the horses that she's got a very, very soft spot for. So I'll throw to this interview, and then I'll be back very shortly with the rest of the show. Talking trotters, changing things up a little bit. Of course, being sponsored now by What the Hill and the team at Woodlands Stud, but I'm here at Maryborough, and I was hoping I might have been able to catch up with Katrina Fitzpatrick. Firstly, hello.
Hello, Paul.
Very convenient, actually. Just a couple of stalls just up the road. So, like talking trotters, and it's a little bit of a quiet week, I suppose, on feature race fronts. And I just like catching up with people behind the scenes who have a dead set love for the trotters. Today, you got Dream Over in.
Yes, I have got Dream Over in, and he drew the pole. So let's just hope he's been going really good. So it was a pain there for a while, but we worked out a few things.
He is affectionately known as Les, and he's going around. This would have gone up after that he actually races, going up about 7 o'clock tonight. But he means a lot to you, this horse. I mean, it was some great scenes. Andy Gaff caught him when he won his first race. I think Pat Driscoll wasn't sure what he was going to get when you come charging up at him after the race. Remember the video footage? But he means a lot to you, this horse, Les, doesn't he?
He does. He's he's not a good-looking horse. He's just plain, but we've had that much joy out of him because, we sort of Pat give him to me, and I just thought that was fantastic. And we've just had a great association with him. I do him all up. He has his bows on, and he's first there to get his feed, and they're like human beings, my horses.
And then you also have Kai Valley Surf Rider, a new acquisition to the stable, but hasn't he done a great job for you too as well?
Yeah, he has, Paul. Absolutely fantastic job. Yeah.
What is it about the trotter? This is talking trotters, and the one thing I think, trying to explain to people, there's something, I suppose, addictive about a trotter. What is it about the trotter?
Look, it's either they'll trot or they'll gallop, one or the other, but they've got a lovely, really lovely, oh, what could I say? They make you a bit soft-hearted because one minute you're wild with them and then next minute you're like, oh, they trotted today. But no, I think it's just an affection that we've all got. I think all the trainers, everyone has just got a big affection now for the trotter.
It's a bit of the longevity too, isn't it? Like Les, that was a few years ago. That was before COVID, I reckon.
Yes, I'll never forget that. Yeah, got lots of tweets.
A lot of people won't either. No, that's exactly right. And it was great by Andy, but I mean, we see a lot of people do it, and sometimes you say it's a bit fake. Yours, that wasn't fake.
No, it was utter joy.
Bit of a story behind it, because a lot of people hear you, I suppose, at the races and all the rest, but you do have a lot of love for it. How long you been in the industry, and how long have you been training trotters for?
I got my trainer's licence when I was 16. I drove when I was 16, and I love training. The driving was okay for a while, but because you do all the work with your horses, and it's actually really, it's great to see your horse get there to the line. Even if he runs second or third, it's still good. Yeah.
And there is just something about always had a trotter?
No, I've had a few paces. Yeah, reasons. He went really good. He won a couple at Moonee Valley. That's going back a while ago. Yeah, and I've had Smooth Supervisor. Yeah, Rhapsody. Lots.
You're an active member on the VSTA. You put a lot in, as I say. You people hear you when they're there at the races, but it's generally an affectionate thing. Yeah. I was commenting one day about the Marupna Trotters Cup. That must have been a huge thrill for you.
That was, look, we went up there not knowing. Actually, Les, we wanted the main one to get up there because it's Stan with Wilson, his name is, Kai Valley Surf Ride. It was like we didn't know what was going to happen, We're like, we'll just take him up anyway. So he was a partner for Les. But anyway, he come flying down the straight. Oh, it was just, I've never had two horses in the same race. It was just unbelievable. I didn't know where to look.
I think it's good, and it was a first and a third. So next time you have two in the same race, you've got to get a first and a second. I know it doesn't always work that way, but it'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be nice, but just to go all the way up there, I did not expect that to happen. I knew that they trot good, they've been trialling good, and Kai Valley Surf Rider has not been in stand for 2 years.
All right, better let you go.
Yep.
The Conroys are getting theirs ready. You're already going around in the next. Thanks for joining me. Thank you for everything you do behind the scenes with the Square Trotters, and just keep making it fun for people to come to the races as well, Dale. Well done.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Great to talk.
We have Katrina Fitzpatrick. Caught up with her today at Maryborough, and it was good to catch up with her. And I want to try and, I suppose, highlight some of the people that do a lot there. It was great to see Tina Rittis actually got a win today, and I'll cover off on those in a minute at Maryborough. But does a very, very good job. Some of the news, I suppose, that is happening. Of course, Duncan McPherson and Aldebaran Zeus fly out tomorrow night. I shouldn't say Duncan does. I don't think Duncan does. Hello to you, Michael House. More of the Kiwis coming in. With Aldebaran Zeus going to take on the MGM International Trot at Yonkers. He is heading off very cross shortly. I do know that Duncan isn't going across just yet. Barb Sedgwick, hello to you, Barb. Thank you very much for that as well. There was a couple of trotters. Not sure if you had a trotter go around today or not. Actually, at Maryborough, there was 4 trot races. Great little 2-year-old race, actually. Probably should have got a replay of that race and put it up. There is a way I can do them. Probably get in trouble doing them that way. But, I've got to be a little bit careful as to how much of the races I show. So, probably should have showed that. But, great little 2-year-old race today. To highlight, I'll get to that one in a minute, but please keep any of your questions coming through or any of your sayings. But of course, Aldebaran Zeus, I was fortunate enough to go and have a look on Campbell's comments and be able to see Narelle Redwood. Hello to you, Narelle. Great Redwood name, and the Redwood Carnival is coming up very, very shortly at Maryborough, and I will be catching up with some more of the participants over there. I won't be there. I'm going to be with Michael House at Kaikoura. Not Karaka, Kaikoura. So fast finishing 4th today, says Barb or Nellie Melba, depending on what platform she's on. Barb Sedgwick or Nellie Melba. She's very, very tricky. But we'll be over there very shortly. Not sure about that one, Michael. Not sure how to say is it rubbish or not. About the stake money, nothing has been announced yet at all. So yeah, we need to. Hopefully, they're wrong. But anyway, I have to wait and see. A few of the races I want to highlight for the week, as I said, Aldebaran Zeus. That's sort of about it with the Queensland Carnival closing up. And it was a pretty quiet week for races this week. We had the John Slack Memorial Trotters Cup at Ballarat, which is, of course, a Group 3 event. They equate it to their... I need to do that until people put some more comments in, and I'll make sure your comments come up, so don't worry about that at all. But when the comments come in, I'll definitely be getting those up. But Bullion Harry took out the John Slack Memorial Trotters Cup Group 3 event, beating Nephew of Sunoco, Majestic Bell for Fred Spatieri. I should be getting Fred on. Fred's horses are going terrific. He only has a small team. He will be my catch-up person going forward very, very shortly. Chinese Whispers was very ordinary. And probably a little bit disappointing actually as to his run there before. But yeah, good win by Bullion Harry. Turned the clock back a little bit. Johnny Caldo got the job done for the Matthews family. Pauline Matthews now the owner. That horse there, like What the Hill, it's by Muscle Hill out of Miss Bullion and Earl mare. Make out that I'm smart, but I'll just double check this horse here. $150,000 in stakes now. Keep referring to the stake money with these trotters can earn. That horse has won 11 races and $150,000 in stakes. Just have another quick look at Bella. I don't think there was another trot. Oh, yes, there was. The second. Oh, actually, this horse was super impressive. Love Gun. This horse with a little bit of a future. Of course, out of Spider Girl by Love You. It's a 5-year-old, but really starting to show some form and plenty of speed. Just the other day, Sir Eros got out in front for Mark Pitt and got racing very, very fiercely. Over raced a little bit. Gaelic Lad was good, but yeah, all honours with the winner. He was absolutely enormous, I thought, Love Gun, and got a bright future going forward, that's for sure. Have too many remotes here, too many mice here. They all get very, very confusing. But please fire in Paul Wiedenbach, Nathan Rice, Anne Humphreys, Michael Rogers. Please feel free if you've got anything to add with the trotters, anything that I'm missing. That's what it's about. Kiwis, I got Johnny Turner and Michael House on. If there's any trotters that we should be highlighting, make sure you guys get a mention for them there as well. Neville Pangrazio, hello to you, Nev. The Pelican Waters Trotters handicap was taken out by Zealous Spur, beating Scruffy Doolan, of course, was here from down from Victoria, and Leslie Castle's Pegasus Spur at a Zealous Lady. We also caught up with the guys from Woodlands, Andrew Grierson and Mark Hughes, the other day. Sundown, we're getting to Sundown, Michael. I'm coming across. We will do the catch up. I can guarantee we'll sit down. You and I will sit down when I'm over for Kaikoura, and we'll do a video recorded catch up about the horse. I think because there's too much we could miss as an over the phone call thing, and I'll be there in October, so that'll be another one. Nick Beale, Earl is one of the most underrated broodmare sires. I think there's plenty of them, and I'm glad you've put him out there. We'll keep an highlight out for him now, Nick. Don't you worry about that. But yeah, I will be catching up with Michael House when we get across there. So that was Zealous Stride. Oh, that was what I was saying. The picture of Pegasus Spur and in all sorts of trouble now. The mother of Speeding Spur anyway were in the same paddock, and it's a great photo. It's a great photo about our industry and how good our industry is to, I suppose, to be a part of and to be able to highlight going forward. But for my New Zealand friends, it's this one here. Grant Campbell, set some traps if the mice are causing too much grief. Was happy with Delightful Tammy winning today at Maryborough. Right, I'm confused there with what Grant's saying. Set the traps if the mice are causing you too much grief. He might be talking about Michael House, I'm not sure. Not sure what he's talking about there, actually, Grano. You might have to give me a little bit more information on that one. Was happy with Delightful Tammy winning today at Maryborough. he got on. Blue Stream Pictures is the great greyhound Clint Anderson from the Greyhounds. He does all the photos at the Greyhounds, so he must have had a little winner on that. Delightful Tammy. We'll get to that in a minute, Clint. And hello to you as well, mate. Haven't seen you for a long time, so must catch up with you. Louise Pangrazio, of course, they had a good win last week, and I think they'll be going to Kilmore, which we will highlight in a minute with the Trotters. Funky Monkey for Robbie Morris. He got 4 winners for the night. This is talking Trotters. Three of those were paces, 1 trotting winner. He just was on fire. This horse led. Every one of his winners was on the fence the other day. And this horse has the NZ monarchy after it. Michael House mouse joke. I love it. Okay. I think that's what Grant was on about. Now I've got him. No one else can see that. Funky Monkey beating Affair to Cover, and Kai Valley Finn running third. Grant, we'll have to get you across. We'll have to get Grado across, Michael, for the yearling sales next year. There is Blue Stream Photos. That is actually Clint Anderson. I need to get that one off there. He's a freelance photographer, but also gets involved with the Greyhounds. Takes a brilliant photo. Good bloke. Haven't seen him for a little while, but we will catch up. Darren Garrard from Garrard's. He's online. Anyone that's on. Are you coming across in November, Michael Rogers? Yes, I will be. I'll be across Sir Kaikoura. I'll be back for the New Zealand Cup. And I think Johnny Turner, I'm going to be in Invercargill just prior to Christmas. And then one other meeting in the middle, which will work out for a couple of things that I've got planned early January. So, Michael, hopefully that answers your question. So I think I'm going to be there October, November and December. And we will try and change it up a little bit. We'll try and catch up with a lot more people that we haven't caught up with. So if I've met you, Michael, I apologise. If not, don't be a stranger when I get across there, and please come and catch up and meet me there. Because Grant Campbell working for Kath McIntosh, Lower Long Farms. I did just see, a bit scary actually, to see, I've forgotten his name. I'm in all sorts of pain here at the minute. The trotter that's standing with Grano at Kath McIntosh's farm. Everything has left me, and I'm not happy about it either. Very sorry. I need to get myself out of this predicament. How do I get myself? I know how to do it. I saw that Kath McIntosh put that the 3 stallions were up and in the air just there before. Saw you on Diamonds Day. Very, very good. Hopefully we will catch up. I can't think of that horse's name. It is killing me. King of the North. Thank you very much. He took his time. He left me in all sorts of trouble. Yeah, Jared, thank you. These two are both in trouble. But I did see King of the North is en route, or has left North America anyway. 1 hour ago, the plane was up because it had an American Ideal and Leather Up on the same plane. I think What the Hill would be on that same plane, plus plenty of the other shuttle stallions. Of course, they land, but they don't get out of quarantine. Grant, I'm going to be corrected on this. So I think it's August 16 before he will get to Lower Long Farms, because I have to be there on that day with the camera. So yeah, I think it's August 16 before King of the North and the rest of them will touch down. But of course, Pastor Stephen is a resident stallion at Lower Long Farms as well, so he is there as well. Get in touch with Grano. Don't have his phone number on here, but yeah, get in touch with the team at Lower Long Farms for more information, and he will be trackside Wednesday night. Anyone wondering, on Loose Lines, we'll be live from 6. It will be live at the Bendigo Harness Racing Club, so we'll be there for Nutrien, but we'll also have plenty of guests coming on. I think Kath's already lined up one, and rightfully so, because she also has the Heidi George, which was run at Swan Hill the other night, second of those heats. First of the heats were at Echuca, and the final now is going to be at Bendigo, so she will be there, and there's going to be a little bit of fun and a bit of a atmosphere and a good feeling about the night as well. So that will be at Bendigo Wednesday night, and the Trotters go around at what's her name, Kilmore, on Thursday. We'll go this way and just see how we go, if I can get the Trotters up. So the Nutrien Classic Trots. Okay, so there's 10 races. How am I going to do this? Will this work? That will work. And I will get rid of that one there. So I haven't seen these fields myself. Okay, so it's, race 1 is not one. Race 2, this is for the 3-year-old trotting heat fillies, first heat. And we've got Joe Pace has got Claudie's Secret in there. Dutch Teacher, Rapid Return, Chaotic Flare, Siesta Everesta, Tradie Lady for Emma Stewart, Mark Pitt, and Kianguchi. That is heat number 1. Keep Believing, of course, Just Believe's half sister. She's Ruby Roo, Ozira. That was, no, can't be the same horse. Can't be the same horse. No, he's by Used to Me out of Amarillin. Sorry, that's right. That horse actually has been going very, very good. Did change stables just recently. Anton Galino has got Belniorge. Love You out of Miss Montebello. Having her first start. I think it trialled at Bendigo. Saw a trial result. Equal the Opposition. Equal and Opposite Whoosh and Vicky Bloom. That is the second heat. Only the one heat by the looks for the 3-year-old Trotters, and it sees the return of the locomotive. Nathan Jack said there that he's absolutely flying the other day. Jack Butler, hello to you. Jared Maloney, I'll get onto yours in one sec, mate. Basilica, return with a win. Stevie G, My Personal Jet, Midnight Muscle, great trot, great race there. Mark Lee and Stacey Towers, Midnight Muscle. Designer Vici for Greg Sugars and Jess Tubbs. Kian Stuka for the Lee combination, and Prince of Rock for Daryl Cohn and Tina Ritter. So good little field there for the Trotters. That's race number 4 at 7 o'clock. And then the last two, one's for the 2-year-old fillies. These are preludes. This is the Priestless, who was impressive at its first start for Alan McDonough and Emma Stewart at Kilmore last week. Mari's Mac, Leggy Peggy, Love and Hope, Third Eye, and No Talent Heather. No Talent Heather. So the form out of that race of No Talent Heathers is terrific. And then, unfortunately, with the 2-year-old Trotters, we've only got the 4: Valentino, Billy Zippin, Elderbaron Marcus, and La Thorns. Let's see who these are by. Volstead out of Zippin Around, Dave Scott, bred Billy Zippin. Elderbaron Marcus by Southwind Thrank out of Naked Majesty in Elderbaron Park, bred horse trained by Alex Ashwood. And Val Thorns by Volstead out of Courchevel, sorry, a Love You mare. Now I reckon if you go back to Bendigo, those two horses both trialled there the other day, so they are both there. But that is it must be 5 heats. A couple of those are preludes of the Nutrien Race Series, and I will be there. So King of the North at Northern Rivers is also in the Swan Hill Stallion Tender. So Jared, we might have to get you on next week, and we'll do something on those Stallion Tenders and make sure that we can get a bit of the messaging out there, albeit you may not have it finalised, but they're always good things before these stallions do touch down in 2 weeks, or don't touch down, they're on their way, but land and are out of quarantine in 2 weeks' time. So we want to go from there. Jack Butler, the South Queenslander as well. So that's something to look forward to. Just have a quick look. There's a discretionary handicap at Menangle. Hurricane Hill. Funky Monkeys back there. What's up, Majestic? So good little field there. And we'll have a quick look at Albion Park on the Saturday night. There is the one trot there. My Ultimate Eddie, Scruffy Doolan, they're all in there again, those same horses. Right, Jared Maloney, you can come on Loose Lines, Jared. There, you already know what you're up to. Darren Garrard was on there before with Sir Fahrenheit as well. So, yep, go from there. Rightio. So yeah, that is Bendigo Wednesday night for On Loose Lines. Plenty going to go on. So I think I've got Kath McIntosh, Mark Barton, Jared Maloney, probably get the brother Grant on at some stage, and a few other people as well. So please make sure you tune in. That'll be live from 6 o'clock. They're actually working on my tower from tomorrow here again. So I had no service when they did it last time to me, and that's actually going to happen this week. They're going to start it from this week as well. So yeah, as I said, pretty quiet week for the Trotters as far as on the feature race front. and the likes. That's why I caught up with Katrina, but I will continue to catch up with participants across the board as we go. Shepparton, they had a meeting the other night, and I'll turn this off until I get another comment, but please feel free to comment in it. I think people enjoy being able to see their comments going through. I'm Bobby. Eddie Tapp's doing a great job with the Majestic Sun, Elderbaron Peggy gelding, beating Elderbaron Demi, and you really got me for Brent Lilly and Chris Alford in third, but Eddie does a great job with a small team of horses, and yeah, it's good to see him. He's got his trotters are actually going very, very good. Chris Hollersberg is on there. Hello to you, Chris. Thank you very much for joining me, and anyone else that wants to get involved in the show. Rightio. Trotting Tuesday, we go back to Albion Park. Darren Clayton was on there earlier. Dexter. Of course, I said last week about my high expectation standing at Medowie. And that horse brought up another win. I think that's 3 in a row. 2 in a row for that horse. Of course, won the week before as well. The full siblings actually won last week's Get Overall. Coming in second. Then we had the Calato Animal Health Trotters Handicap, My Ultimate Eddie, and here's one of those ones by Art Major out of Laura Megan, pacing bred trotter. With the My Ultimate, I would imagine at some point in time, they bred him. Tumby Park actually bred this horse. 24 starts, 4 wins. And just having a quick look, they're all trot races as well, so there you are. Yep, good to see the trotters coming through. The Reaper and Natty Pagger coming in second and third. Georgie Coram, hello to you, George. Rachel Doherty from New Zealand, hello. Oh no, not New Zealand. Rachel, you actually know Rachel, used to do Rachel's Horse's Teeth, but they've since moved. I might catch up with her one day. Hello to you though, Rach. Funny Face by Peak. We had Nick Beale on the YouTube feed, and if you're on the YouTube feed, don't be scared to put some comments in. Jack Butler, congratulations to you, but Peak is doing an awesome job as a trotter, beating Car Manor and Zealous Spur for Grant Dixon in good time, 1:59.9. That's a terrific time, 27.9 third quarter. Probably should have watched that race by the looks. Looks like it had a fair bit going on there. Couple of people copped a suspension, stood down 2 trials, stood down 2 weeks. Okay, that doesn't say a driver is being suspended. That actually says, okay, so a horse has got to do 2 trials and 2 weeks. Someone from Queensland might be able to confirm that with me. But yeah, it looks like there was a little bit going on there in that race, because when you got a 12 and it gets up and wins in 1:59.1, generally means that's plenty happening. Brad Steele, hello to you, right on cue. Yep, going from there. Right, Queensland, Menangle, you guys saw it. King City by Pegasus Spur out of May the Sunshine. A Sundown mare, Ricky Orchin, beating Our Nova Love and Last Clansman. Elizabeth Heath had 3 in that race. She had 4 winners, I think, on the last Saturday night, but didn't get the chockies that one. Leotard and Lace, a horse I mentioned a lot of the time. Different driver a lot of the time as well. Josh Gallagher, Chief Running Cloud, and the Night King. Darren, I will get to you in 2 secs. Darren's just put a pretty important notice up there. And Toro Stride by Love You out of Queen Kenny. That horse has won 2 or 3 in a row, I think, now. Just the 2. It's only had the 2 starts back. Now, beautifully bred horse. Related to Queen Alida and the likes. Marg Lee, hello to you, Margie. Love to say I'd get Marg on the show. She'll run quicker than I can carry my cameras, that's for sure. But hello to you, and you're doing an awesome job with your trotters as well. Rightio, Darren Clayton's going to make a few of us upset, because he has actually posted that My Ultimate Eddie, or Ultimate Eddie, was Q-bred. So $14,000 bonus. As that was his first Queensland win, so he'd already won 4, but because it was his first Queensland win, he got a $14,000 bonus, then picks up $2,000 because he's a Queensland trot winner, plus the stakes, $20,000. Not bad into the kit. So we'll go back and highlight that. think it was that race there. So, yep, so just so people are aware of how this works. So this race was $9,200. Sorry, Darren, I just got to get rid of you there a bit so people can see everything there. $9,200, but because it was his first, so I can actually do this. We'll go back into his form. So he's had quite a few cracks at winning at Albion Park too, but before that he hadn't won a race at Albion Park. A few placings, he's teased a few times. All his other wins were in New South Wales. What did I say there? He's had 23 starts, 4 wins. So on his stake money, it shows that he's got $33,000 in stake. All of that is this year. That won't have his bonus, I don't think. Darren, or may not be a question for you guys to answer tonight, but I'm pretty sure, be like Victoria, that those bonuses won't come into it as well. So he's got another $20,000 on top of that, puts it at $54,000 in stakes for my ultimate Eddie. Pacing bred Trotter, who did a terrific job. So yep, thank you very much, Darren, for pointing that out, and we will continue to point them out when we go across them, and even some of the paces as we can get further onto it. There was no other trot races on that. So Trotting Tuesday, I sat down and watched a little bit. I will say, I think someone watched me say it and they decided they'd make it a little bit hard for me, because they actually stalled me for the form, me feed, and it was on the TV. It's not a yeah, it just didn't want to run. Anyway, that happens. Rightio, start highlighting a few more of these trot races. Only the one at Yarra Valley with the beautifully bred Kai Valley Heist by Muscle Mass out of You Dream. I Love You mare for Tristan Larson. That brought up win number 24 for the Kiwi young man, but his first here in Australia, beating Ben Hope on Here Comes Kenny, Kai Valley. And Ben telling me the other day that he's heading home in a couple of weeks, and a bit of a dream to Kim Proctor. That was at Yarra Valley. Only the one trot race at the Valley. And we go to Swan Hill for the Pastor Stevens, and the Ainsworths took it out with Night Whisper by Quaker Jet out of Prisian. Dancer for the Ainsworths, as I said, actually taking the drive there, beating She's a Gem and Wildon Zave. Coming in third, Tony Chibnall is on there, the father of Geordie. I'm tipping he's pretty happy at the minute. George is having a pretty good run. Bathurst and Redcliffe on the same night. So, as I said, it was a quiet week for feature races. It's been a bit of a quiet week, full stop, for trotters. I know someone thinks it's funny when they think that I'm on live and they keep ringing me, but it just annoys me. It doesn't do anything else. Margley was there watching before. The What the Hill at Woodlands stud. Trot Kiang Chucky for Paddy Lee. Beating Elderbaron Maverick and Kai Valley Surf Rider. Coming in third, that is Wilson. Spoke to Katrina before. Anyone wanted to know which one is which? Of course, that was Wilson, who ran third there at Horsham, and another track that Woodlands do look after. I am 90% sure, Hughes is not on, I don't think, that What the Hill will be a stay and tender at Horsham this year. They do a single one, so quite a few places get into it a little bit differently and get behind them. Friday, we went to Melton, and we had a good lot of trots, actually. We had our little horse in this first race here that was taken out by Iron Love. I Love You out of top of the anvils, Anton Galino, very impressive. That horse has won 4 straight now, 3 straight, and really starting to hit his straps. 3 from 3 this season. He was 1 from 9 last season, but you can see that he is really starting to find his form. Beat Kai Valley Picasso, EB Mac, More Wanted. Pretty good field, that 52-64 rated race, so went pretty good. Leggy Peggy's trainer, Shawnee McNulty, is on there, so hello to you, Shawnee. There was at least one other trot. I think there was 2 other trots. Buller Park Benno for Terry Gange, and Jacinta Grange took out race number 5, the changeover out of the Village Jasper mare in Jamaica. Buller Park Benno, another pacing bred horse, took out race number 5, beating My High Peak, who we know who that horse is by, and Shadow Justice for the Ainsworths as well. So well done to those guys. There's definitely 2 more trots. Here it is. All the Tricks, Karen Manning, by Trixton out of Queen's Vacation, a mare that I actually used to race, beating Kiang Sadie and Sorelia. Pretty good race that. Might be a bit of form to come out of that. Hello to you, Lukey Ralph. Well done for how your little bloke's going. His name just left me, but that's okay. Black Range Glory, I reckon it was. So well done to you, and can keep up the good work. And then the last of the trots, the Harasta Trotters Vic Bred Platinum Maiden Trot, was taken out by Had to Be Harry. Actually, it's not. I think there might be one other trot. Maybe not. Perfidious Sue for Dave Murphy. What a run that little horse. 100 to 1. Go back and watch a replay. He went terrific. It has not won a race. It's pacing bred by Captain Treacherous out of Valiant Sue. 6 starts yet to win. It's not far away, can promise you. I'm not much of a punter, but it went terrific for 100 to 1 pop. Went great. Had to Be Harry was good. It must be a little bit of a story with Had to Be Harry too, because he's lightly raced 4 starts, had a year off in between, came back for a nice win. Did get a little bit tired right at the end, but Laura Crosland and Damien Wilson are having a great run. And yeah, he got a little bit tired, that horse, but definitely did a good job. That was there. Just my friends in Queensland, we don't have trots on a Friday, so they make it pretty easy for me that way. Troy Williams, hello to you, Troy. Of course, the head of the New South Wales Trotters Association. I reckon that's the right name. He'll tell me if it's wrong, but maybe not. There was no trot at Gloucester Park. Prince of Rock, Kilmore Thursday. All right. We'll go back. I'm in trouble because, sorry. There was a couple of trots. What did I do at Kilmore? In fact, I didn't go to Kilmore, did I? Don't know what I did. Don't think I did. Kilmore Thursday. The Dick Barber Memorial Trot was taken out of Queen of Quebec by Used to Me out of Cupid Sealstar. Chris Finazio and Ross Blunt beat Silent Riviere and Chantilly D. So that was one of the wins on the Thursday. I do apologise to these people. I don't like doing that. Sangreal, beautiful little mare for Johnny Caldo by Father Patrick out of Solar Flash. Beat Red, White and Bloom and McGeeve for Fred Spiteri. I've got to have Freddie on and find out how many there are there for that. And I'm trying to find Prince of Rock. Daryl Crone, Tina Rittis by Wishing Stone out of Yankee Princess. That's why he never misses. He's a smart man. Look after the in-laws. He won Neville Pangrazio, but Keep Believing and Kiang Stutka. So that horse has won 2 in a row, Prince of Rock, from memory. I looked it up. Yeah, won at Bendigo. I think it was. Oh no, it was in the market on that occasion, and then come out and won again at Kilmore, and it is in the Nutrien Heats this weekend, this Thursday. So he will be going around. I apologise for that. I don't know what happened there, why I missed those. I saw Horsham didn't show Kilmore, so pardon. I do apologise for that, but that's okay. Bianca Brio, hello to you, Bianca. A couple of trot races coming from Ballarat very shortly. Guys at Penrith don't have trot races. I had, what's his name? Chief Running Cloud has improved sharply since leaving Victoria. Troy Williams was on there before. Got a few comments we'll get through. Might just keep going very, very quickly. We'll get through Friday. So I did check the Albion Parks. No, so we've done all of those. So we're up to Saturday night and Ballarat. Now we highlighted the main trot race at Ballarat. Oh no, we didn't. We did also highlight Love Gun, but we didn't go to the last one. I know that because it was Gardenia Ronda by Used to Me at Val Gardena for Harasta Trotters and Yabby Dam Farms. Mitchell Frost, hello to you, Mitch, beating Countess Chiron and Majestic Pride. So well done to those guys as well. There was no trots in Victoria on the Saturday, so we then go to the Monday. But what I will do before we go on to Maryborough on the Monday, I've got to get through a couple of these ones. Curls is on there, Alexander Hurley. Jeffrey Dixon, Chief Running Cloud, has improved sharply since leaving Victoria. He's always a lovely horse. sometimes those old horses, a change of scenery does them the world of good. Thank you very much to Neville Pangrazio for keeping me on the ball there. Alex Hurley, there is a race meeting next week at Melton with all pacing races over 1,200 metres, but the trots are over a longer distance. I'm not sure I love them for the paces, but I reckon there's some trotters that would like a shorter trip. Even just the mile is hard to find. Yep, so don't disagree. There's some good news too just at the end of that, which is terrific. So definitely don't disagree with that, Alex. Try something, but not a fan of the 1,200 metre races. This is talking trotters, not the others. Yes, he did go very, very good. Rightio, Troy Williams says there, so actually, hang on, someone's been a little bit shit. Oh, evening legend, Nathan Butler, hello to you. If he's calling me legend, he's keen. Troy Williams, Penrith will have a trot program most weeks starting October. Stand only at that stage, but well done. Very good. Good to see the trotters going around there. Pang did go good. We're happy with Pang, so that of course is EB Mac. And nice 2-year-old trotter trialling well in Queensland. Pizza Prince, keep an eye out. Wonder if he is out of Pizza. What was her name? Pizza Queen? Was her name Pizza Queen? We can do that anyway. How do I do that? Don't want to wreck that page. We'll wreck this page here. Excuse me for 1 second. We'll just see if we can find out Pizza Prince's breeding and go from there. If he's a horse, I think he is. He's been up there for a little while. Or is he a 2-year-old? No, different horse. This one's a 2-year-old. Up there, I'm pretty sure he's a Rasta Trotters bred horse. Volstead at a Pizza Queen. It was Pizza Queen. So yeah, so he's a lovely little horse. Yeah, Anton Galeno definitely had Pizza Queen. I think this is the first foal. I'll just tell you. Yep, first foal has got a Love You Colt 2022. So that'll be up a year later. But yep, sorry about that. I was cheating because I've got the other computer sitting right there. But makes me look smart sometimes. But yeah, beautifully bred trotter. Wonder who has got it, Bradley. If you could give us a heads up on that, that'd be cool. Graham Lyons, hello to you, Lonzo. Great mate of mine. Dolly, hello to you. Anthony Portelli, hello to you guys as well. As I said, it's a bit of a random show, highlighting some of the I suppose, results more so than any of the big races, because wasn't too many big races. We've got a couple in New Zealand, actually, I should get around to very quickly. If I stop mucking around, we can get onto those. Emma Joy for Luke O'Neill brought up another win. Geez, you get some winners with the trotters, that's for sure. Out of Solace, he's an Avenger and Jesse's son coming in third. That was at Globe Derby today, and making sure there was only the one trot, which it does appear that way. So, but that's good that they are still getting the trots on. Unfortunately, I don't want to highlight the stake money. We won't highlight that at all. We'll just leave that one going to there. Quite interesting. Brad Steele done nothing wrong, but because he's written "but" in it, Facebook chose to hide it. But he's actually showcasing a person's name, so it's quite funny how Facebook work. They've seen the "but," they think that that's derogatory, but it's okay. So Tim Butt training that horse. Menangle to Penrith will test a few out. Don't know how far that is. Duncan McPherson, hello to you. Good luck tomorrow night. Probably males going on the plane to North America. Will be nice going to North America though. That part would be very, very good. So, and we'll be doing some crosses going across there. I actually was going to go to Maryborough, but what I am going to do, because there's a couple there, just quickly have a quick. Yep, we did have one. Stay Focused won the trot today. Nathan Turvey, Eva's Image, and the Honours. That was at Gloucester Park today. Early start over there for those guys. And I'll just make sure there was no other trots. No, there wasn't. So that was at Gloucester Park. So then Maryborough today, and there was a ripping. Oh, I've got to get rid of that. Sorry, guys. There was a good 2-year-old. This Nordic Rain 2-year-old race at Bendigo the other night. It's going to be a pretty good form race going forward. Link in Bio by Sky Valley. Duncan's on top. Duncan, he can pick the times that go on, that's for sure. This horse is out of Starkus. Link in Bio. Very cleverly named for Craig Knight. Chris Alford. Good little win there. Beating Flying Time. Flying Time, of course, by Elderbaron Eagle. So he definitely knows when to come. Flying Time ran 5th. Link in Bio. Actually, I should have gone into that. Link in Bio ran 2nd. I saw the horses at Don't Tell Heather. It's going around in the heat of the Nutrien races. So some good little form race. A race at Bendigo just the other night. There was 5, I think, first starters filled the first 5 placings. There were 6 first starters in the race, but 5 of those were filled. And since then, there's been 3 winners coming out of that race already. So keep following that race, and you'll get some form. But Flying Time not far off a win. Chris Alford at his best there, winning with Link in Bio. Courts Bliss, Tina Rittis, Mum's the Word by Louis. Well done to Tina, beating Jabella and Master Combatant. So they had Tina's had a pretty good day there. A couple of horses were beaten a little way there in that one, but that's okay. Miss Francine, 3-year-old filly by Centurion ATM, doing a great job out of the Straphanger Mary Miss Sally for Peter Ramiro and Cameron Manx. Should have caught up with Pete. Never seemed to have the right time. He was there hosing a horse as I was leaving, but I will. Well, there's some interesting news just at the bottom, David Lawrence. I will get to that. Rastamon and Shield Maiden came in the top 3, and Raining Lilies for Barb Cedric getting home and running 4th. Interesting reason for the false start in that race. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the stewards' reports on that one. Very, very frustrating. Should not have been a false start. Yeah, a little bit hard to watch that one. Anyway, industry's got to do better, but we'll just leave that one there, I think. Park the Jet. So there was only the 3 trot races there today. Jason Lee, hello to you, Jace. Did try to get Mum on, couldn't get her on, so it's okay. I was being cheeky anyway. Rightio, we'll just bring this one back up as well. So don't forget, there's plenty happening there. So now he's got 2. Dave's got 2 on here. So Menangle have raced a announced a carousel style race for the Trotters. I wonder when that was announced. I could try and find that in the news as we go along. Hope they have the heats at Penrith and Bankstown and the final at Menangle. Rightio. So the boys have give out a little bit on that. Just having a bit of a look through here, and I can't see anything there in relation to that on the Australian website. So what I might do is try and catch up with them going forward. Tell you what I'm going to do. Troy Williams, hopefully you got your phone on, mate. I'll get you on right now, because that is the one thing that I can do, so we can ask a few of these questions about what is actually going on there right now. So let's see if he's going to answer his phone or not. We'll soon find out. So we'll find out if he is there. Hopefully he answers.
Hey Paul, how are you, mate?
Good, mate. You're live on Talking Trotters, but you know that, and you've got something going in the background, but you'll fix that part up as well.
All good.
Firstly, thank you very much for joining me.
No problems, mate.
Good news by the looks. A few things happening here. Firstly, we might go back to Penrith, and I think what Grant was alluding to too is that do you have the pool of trotters down in that area? But for a start, that's got to be exciting that you're going to get trotting racing somewhere else other than Menangle on a bit of a consistent basis.
Yeah, definitely it is. It's something we've been working on for a little while, Paul, and yeah, hopefully we can get them up and going in other tracks other than Penrith. That's a start point for us, and Initially, it'll be a standing start there to cater for Tuesday's ballots out of Menangle, plus some additional growth, and then we can move from there.
So, who drives this? Is Penrith driving it? Are you guys driving it? Is the whole industry getting behind this and trying to get it into a different area?
It's a combination of drive from actually Club Menangle, which is really positive, Penrith Club and the Trotters Association of New South Wales, and then supported by New South Wales Harness Racing. So, yeah, it's really good. That
is terrific, and it's good that people are seeing, I suppose, if you could say, the bigger picture, if that's a fair way of putting it, that we need to grow these things everywhere. So that is really, really exciting for the industry going forward. Rightio. So now David Lawrence said there, back here a little bit, because I've got a couple of other comments come through by the look. Menangle has announced a carousel style race for the Trotters. What does this entail, mate?
Look, there was an announcement this week on the socials. Club Menangle, David Watson did an announcement for the carousel, and also for a mini 2-year-old series for 2-year-old Trotters. I think there's three heats into a $25,000 final from memory. Don't quote me to dates or times or anything. You can probably jump on those socials. You'll probably be a bit by surprise, but they're September, October, I think, is when they kick into gear.
Right, I've just got told it's on the Facebook page. Now, the one thing I can't do on the computer that I can bring everything up on, I don't think I have it logged into my Facebook account anymore. Technology is a great thing, Troy, but sometimes it can be dangerous.
Well, I can hear quite a delayed echo on our end as well, Paul, but we're getting through it.
No, we're getting through it. That part's okay. I can't bring the Facebook feed up onto the computer that I've actually got there at the minute. Duncan McPherson's got in there, and rightfully so. Duncan, Jared's going to be on Wednesday, so he'll bring all the horses into the Stallion Tender with Dancing in the Dark, and also Sky Valley being supported as well by Swan Hill. So we've got that. So we encourage people to go to the Facebook page. I'm just trying to work out how I could get it up on the Facebook page and be a bit cheeky and be able to showcase it, Troy. So that's what I am trying to do. So you're not 100% sure, you're not across everything and how it does work with this carousel style race?
No, this has been a Club Menangle initiative that they've sort of had it in the pipeline for a little bit, but this is solely them, and they're driving that, which is great. And yeah, like I said, they announced it during the week, and I believe it's like an up to 70, but like I said, jump into the detail and have a look, and get the facts there.
Now spell check's killing me, mate. Every time I'm writing club, it's changing it to click to, and I'm like, I don't want to click to, I just want club. It's
also been shared on Trotters Association of New South Wales page as well, Paul. You might be able to find it there. Yeah,
no, my biggest issue is just trying to get the right phone or the right tool to be able to showcase this. All I've seen on there has been the Eureka, unfortunately, which is a little bit disappointing. And then the 2-year-olds, they're up in the ante on the 2-year-olds. Does this come off a little bit of what's happened in Queensland in a good way, but the fact that Queensland really has upped the ante, especially around these young horses, with New South Wales, a bit with the Trotters?
Probably not. It's probably just New South Wales driving themselves. So I know one of our committee members and now president of the Trotters Association in New South Wales, Michael Taylor, has been, pretty strong trying to push juvenile races, and this has been sort of his baby, the 2-year-olds, and having sort of call it a spring series for a better word. So he's pushing that, and he's having some success at Menangle, and New South Wales Harness Racing is supporting it. So, and it's good for the 2-year-olds up here because we go from not a great deal of races through our foundation series to now having it sort of separate mini carnival at the end of the season, and some of those horses can then lead into victory type races and your Redwood days.
Oh, and the flow and effect of this is enormous. Like Anton Galino's on there watching right at the minute, and Duncan McPherson, these bigger breeders putting big numbers of horses up at these sales. and trying to grow the product that they love so much, the more races that come on, the more appealing these horses become, and even potentially selling some horses in the Sydney market now will become a lot more appealing with these races on the radar, Troy.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. So,
you don't want them up. You don't want them up there, but it is a lot more appealing, isn't it?
No, we want them, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah, I do. You do, and I mean, Troy, you always, for the last 2 years, you've sold one at the sales both years. Both actually harassed to Trotters horses, so you've always supported those as well. But I would imagine you love training them, but you also love preparing them and trying to get them out into the market for other people to train.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And the more we can have up here and in each state, for that matter, and grow that overall category, the better. Yeah. So it's great to see our governing body, starting to support it.
No, absolutely. Might get one on. I might actually get him on during the week. I might just do an impromptu chat and highlight these on Campbell's comments and be able to, I suppose, give a little bit more, expressions about them. But this is what this show's about. We want to make sure people are aware of these races. So you go to Clubman Angle, or what was your Facebook page, Troy?
The Trotters Association of New South Wales. You see a video link that came out this week, and definitely get David Watson on the phone, because they are really driving at Clubman Angle. They see the importance of it, and for sure.
Yep, no, pretty excited. That's cool. I'm actually going to be up there for the Eureka at the very worst. We'll catch up then, but I'm hopefully going to be up there a little bit before that. Got a couple of things planned, Troy, so we might have to have an impromptu catch up as well, even if it's just around the Trotters and spreading the word and trying to get more and more people excited about the gate that we all love. There's plenty of people on watching the show. I've changed it up a little bit, and there's plenty of people on here and well and truly aware of it. It's an exciting gate, I think. Would that be the fair way to put it, Troy?
Yeah, definitely exciting gate. It can be a bloody headache at times, but it's an exciting gate. And
I have no hair, you know that. You at least still have a head of hair, so don't let that.
Yeah, I'm losing quite fast. But no, look, great. It's a great category, and they set you a challenge, but gives you some reward at the end of the day if you can kick some goals.
No, absolutely, and I think that's great that New South Wales are getting more and more. If it is Clubman Angle or Harness Racing New South Wales, I don't care. The more we get, the better it is for the industry, mate. So I think well done. You see, Just Believe what he done going to Sweden. We've got Duncan there watching. I mean, he's going across the Yonkers, and we're all going to be watching that from afar, probably a bit jealous. Duncan, I'm still available for that flight. You only have to bloody pay for it, and I'm all good, but it is going to be exciting to watch that horse compete over there. And already here in next year, there's a few murmurings about some horses potentially going back to the elite lot. So I shouldn't say back to, because that'll everyone will think Just Believe. He's one horse I haven't heard yet. Hopefully he is going back for connections, but I've heard a couple other murmurings, so I'm not going to rain on people's parades on those, but it's going to be very, very exciting for the gate. So, mate, thank you. Ever the guys in New South Wales want to get any information out, please give us a yell. Talking Trotters, it is brought to you by What the Hill, but it is purely about the Trotters, and that's what this show is about Monday nights. Highlight the winners, highlight the people that are working their backsides off to get them, mate. So thank you very much for joining me very, very impromptuly.
No, anytime, Paul. Good on you.
Thank you very much, Troy.
Thanks, mate. Bye.
Troy Williams there joining me, just to highlight a couple of those, but I will get David Watson on. I do actually have his number, but I don't think he'll be watching, so I'll give him a yell and we'll have a quick chat and catch up and promote what they are doing. And then next week on Talking Trotters, I'll be able to have a lot more insight, and we'll cover across on that and the direction they're trying to head with those horses as well in New South Wales. So super, super exciting. Right up. That's a wrap for Talking Trotters, as I said, brought to you by the $1.3 million trotter in What the Hill, who will continue to sponsor the show right through to the other side of Christmas. He, of course, stands at Woodlands Stud, and get in touch with the guys there at woodlandstud.co.nz for all your details. 7,700 in Australia, or 7,000 plus GST in New Zealand. So he's doing a great job. One little one that came out to me there, he actually had his first Group 1 winner here in Australia was Dream Big Aim High. Beat London to a brick. It's not a bad form race, I can tell you that. So, and actually the horse that ran third competed in the Oaks and the Derby up there as well. So Very, very, very good form race. Rightio, this has been Talking Trotters. This will wrap for another week. Good luck to everyone who's got a trotter going around. We always need the luck, and hopefully they trot safely. I will be bringing as much highlights from the trotters at Kilmore on Thursday as I can, and we'll keep to highlighting that. Don't forget, if you don't only watch the live stuff, Campbell's comments, there's some good stuff going on there this week, including pretty good insight from Brent Lilly and Chris Alford as to Aldebaran Zeus and his track work as well. So make sure you go and view that, and keep up with all the socials going forward. And I will be back Wednesday night live from Bendigo, the Bendigo Harness Racing Club, for On Loose Lines, and next Monday. Won't always be live this show, but when it can be, we will be actually back here and doing it live. But this is a wrap for this week. Talking Trotters, the What the Hill Talking Trotters show. Thank you very much to everyone who's enjoyed it, and make sure you patronise What the Hill, standing at Woodlands Stud.